What I want to focus on today is how religion forms you. So can you explain a little bit more about how your religion forms you as a person, and maybe also explain a bit how it impacts your life, essentially?
At first let me tell you that, as I told you in the very beginning, there is a difference between religion and spirituality. So religion forms the fundamental things, about do's and don'ts, about doctrines and dogmas, talking about ethics, your ethical values. And so, and particularly in India, we are born in a very religious way, in a very religious manner. You may say that religion is in our blood, because we grow up with every house having a chapel, personal chapel, a prayer hall, and there we go for prayer in the morning, in the evening. Till now we have that. And this forms and this gives you some very moral and ethical things in your life, which goes on to make your life something very beautiful, because religion is something, the actual Sanskrit, we have our origin in Sanskrit. I think you know the Sanskrit language, yes. So I think you have a faculty here also, Sanskrit faculty.
There's a theological faculty.
So our all the languages come from Sanskrit language, Indian, most of the languages. So in Sanskrit, the word religion means dharma. Dharma means which holds. That which holds your life is known as dharma, means religion. That which makes your life beautiful, that which makes your life capable to hold the truth, to know the truth, to approach truth, a higher truth, is what is known as religion.
And what was the difference between spirituality and the other side? Because you come out saying you're spiritual association.
Religion, it forms the basic things, the ethical, the moral, and all those values, and it constitutes in do's and don'ts. You have certain things which you are prohibited from doing, and some things which you must do to make your life beautiful. So there are doctrines, there are dogmas, there are do's and don'ts. But spirituality is something higher. I just tell you that spirituality in Sanskrit, religion means to make your life capable to hold a higher truth. Now this approaching the higher truth, which is known as absolute truth, or which we call cosmic consciousness or cosmic knowledge, to approach that level of consciousness, that level of knowledge, that level of truth, that part is known as spirituality. So you can say where religion ends, spirituality begins.
Universal oneness.
Yes, universal oneness, and spirituality introduces you to universal oneness, universal truth, tranquility, bliss, which is religion.
And if you compare that to a society like we have here in the Netherlands, a more segregated society, how would you compare the two? You say you've always been brought up with religion. For example, me personally, I've not been in touch with religion from a young age. How do you compare the two? Is there something that you see in our society that you think is better, or do you think we're missing on some parts here?
These two societies are entirely different, I think, in some respect. And of course, every society has good and bad. In India also we have some good parts of our society, some bad parts. For example, the infrastructures here, you see the roads, everything which is so disciplined, so beautiful. We don't get them so beautiful in India. So that is what we find the main difference. But yes, here you have a very lonely and segregated life, which you don't have in India.
A lonely, segregated life?
I would say what I felt is this. Your life is more individual than social, But in India, back in India or in the Oriental philosophy, you have a life which is mixed with everyone. You have feelings for everyone, and you give priority to everyone's feeling. You don't first think of yourself. You think of others first, and you have the tendency to sacrifice your own happiness or a bit of your self-esteem for others. And if it calls for giving up something from your own, you are ready. You are happy to do that. You are ready to give up your best for others. That's the sense of sacrifice we have been learned from right from our childhood. The Oriental philosophy teaches us that. Because in the Hindu religion, it is said that the guest who comes is the form of God. So you give your best to that. So you are ready to sacrifice always. So this which I see is very beautiful in our country, that you are ready to give up your best for others. You are ready to sacrifice, and that is what is very important, because the present day society is always eager to have more and more as an individual. We always are trying to have more and more for ourselves, but that is not going to help us.
In your work here, are you trying to bring across that message now in the Netherlands? Because I heard you were here for a full month. Is that what you're trying to achieve here, or are you just visiting your followers?
No, I'm not visiting followers, and it's not actually 4 months. For 1 month, I will be here for about 1 month. So I will be having some talks and speeches in different universities and different spiritual organizations, and I'm not just here to meet our followers or our devotees, but I'm being actually invited by different universities also and by different organizations to have speeches and talks on different aspects of spirituality, different aspects of Vedanta. The Vedanta philosophy, it's one of the most highest form of philosophy which we have in India, the Advaitavad or the Advaitism, or it as non-dualism of Vedanta or the Upanishads, which are the essence of Vedas. Vedas,
Sorry, the essence of?
Upanishads. Upanishads are the scriptures of the Hindus, and they form the essence of the Vedas actually. Main scriptures are the Vedas of the Hindu religion, and Upanishads forms the essence of the Vedas, because Vedas are very huge. It's very huge.
And to link that back with the culture being more inclusive and less individualistic, you think that these scriptures, if they weren't there, the entire society would be different?
Yeah, of course, because in India, everything is guided by religion right from the beginning. Everything, and it plays a major part. Every country has a base upon which all other things are brought up, and they are structured. Every house has a plinth. So every sect or every country has a plinth of its own, has a foundation of its own. Somewhere it is economical, somewhere it is social, somewhere it is spiritual. So in India we have a very much spiritual base which forms the whole of the country. Though now it's changing very fast, and because it's the age of globalization.
Is India also getting more segregated then?
Yes, to some extent. To some extent, yes.
Is it noticeable?
Yes, very much noticeable. So we are also trying there, and this comes, this brings in frustration, this brings in depressions and all the mental stress and tensions that we are having right now. It's not just in the Western world, even in India, even the whole world, we are having so much tense situations, and so much tension is there. Even in the individual life, you have depressions, frustrations, and we have it everywhere, just not in India or in the Western world. You have it all over the world. And spirituality plays a very vital role in this. We have been working for the last almost 30 years, and we have got tremendous responsibilities in the personal life and in the social life as well, in easing the tensions, easing your stress, your mental problems, your all sorts of things which makes you depressed and frustrated. Even there are many followers in our society who later on admitted that Swamiji, we are actually called Swamiji, Swamiji. Yeah, Swamiji. Yeah. So they admitted that Swamiji, had we not come in contact with you, we could have committed suicide in just a few days. We were just making our own minds for that. We were so frustrated, so depressed, that we were ready to end up our lives. And there we are really very successful. So spiritually,
but you're satisfied now?
Okay. No, the satisfaction is not yet, because our main aim is to preach this message of oneness, of bliss, of peace.
That is a very positive.
To each and every individual. So until and unless everyone knows it, we are not satisfied.
Okay.